Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Today I'm going to show you a little tutorial on how to size down windows, and this can come in very handy for creating tiny homes for toddlers or little kids playhouses or anything like that, because a lot of the windows are just a little bit too big. Sadly, this will only work on the first floor shown here. This is what I call the first floor. I know some people call it the ground floor. I'm just calling it the first floor, so you know. So it won't work on the second story because it will just float in the air when you're on the first floor. You will see it just floating in the air. So do bear that in mind, that it will only work on this first floor. Some windows work better than others, so it's a bit of playing around. I've shown you a few different types of windows here. So even the circle window, I did use tool mod for the circle window just because the way you have to size down the window, you have to size it down so you can't see it. So that is the only one that I've used tool mod on, is that one. I will show you on this one because I feel like this is the easiest one to do. Anything that has this little front panel makes it super easy. So the first thing you're going to go ahead and need to do is make a basement, and I'm just going to create this in front of where the window is. It doesn't matter if it's at the back or front, just anywhere, as long as the wall of the basement matches up with the wall that is above. So then you're going to go ahead and grab the window. We're going to go down into the basement and just pull it up to the top, and then press, if you're on PC, you can press 9 or Control 9 or Alt 9. It just depends on your PC. I use just the 9 key and it raises it up. And this is why this window is super simple, because you can see it sits on top of that wall there. Whereas with other windows, you'll have to just raise them up and sort of guess, and you might have to go back down and adjust slightly. If you're on a console, it is both shoulder buttons and up on the D-pad. Also make sure you have bb.move objects on for this. I always forget to mention it, but you do need that cheat for this. So also what you're going to go ahead and do is size this down. If you're on PC, it is the square bracket keys to size up and down, and I'm just going to click that once to size it down. If you are on a console, go ahead and hold both shoulder buttons again and left on the D-pad. And now we have a small version of that window. Go ahead, and this is what we're looking at the minute, and don't worry, we're going to fix all of this weird glitching. So to fix the lighting first and this weird border, what you're going to go ahead and do is delete the basement, but don't just click on it and delete it. You need to drag the basement away, because if you just delete the basement, it will delete the window also. So if you just drag it, once you've got a single line, you can delete the wall then. So now you go back up to the first floor. There is no problems with that weird line, but we can't see through the window. So just grab a window that fits inside of this portion of the window. So a great one to use is the Lightbox window from Base Game, because it is very small, so it works on smaller windows. And you can use multiple. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this one just so I can show you. And I'm pressing Alt to move this around freely. So I'm going to start up here, and I'm going to size this down inside the window. And you can see the frame disappears downwards. Not all of the frames do this on all the windows, so do bear this in mind. So now you can see there is a fully functional window. By functional I mean you can see through it, and it is smaller than this. Yeah, I've done this with all these other windows. I will show you briefly with this window just because it is slightly different what you have to do. So we're still going to create the basement so we can pop this window inside of it. So we're just going to go down, and again pressing the 9 key. And this one again works quite well because it just sits on top, sizing it down. And then you can see everything's looking good. Just remove the basement. Now this is where it's slightly different. I'm going to show you this window here. You have to use this specific window, sadly, so if you don't have the wedding pack, this won't work. And you can see this is a perfect size for in here, and if you just size this down, you have this sat there, which you might not mind having this there. It is not too bad, but a way to get around that is actually using tool mod. So I don't like using tool mod, but it is just an optional thing. I don't like using tool mod in my builds. So I'm going to size this down to 0.05. So I can still see it and click on it, but it's not too small. Then I'm going to grab it and I'm just going to again use Alt to place this in the correct place. We have a smaller version of that window. So that is it for this little short tutorial. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!